going on, people? As you saw earlier, we have a quest to finish up some Spellsword quests. So this is a deck that I'm going to be running. It's kind of a traditional token Spellsword. You got your Marked Man and Scouting Patrol as your early token creatures, and you really want to be pairing them with things like 5th Legion Trainer or curving into Resolute Ally to get those stat buffs down. Bruma Profiteer helps in aggro mirrors, and it's just a solid statted body, helps us gain some life. Imprison and Piercing Javelin will be our removal. I've played versions of the deck, both with and without Piercing Javelin. I'm just leaving it in for now. Then we've got Windkeep Spellsword, Haunting Spirit in here, both because we need to play Endurance creatures for the Battle Pass, as well as they're just solid bodies that are annoying for most of the common removal to deal with. This plays around basically everything besides Execute, and Haunting Spirit, as long as you have another body on the board, means if they spend their Crushing Blow or Lightning Bolt killing Haunting Spirit, you still wind up with stats spreading. Eastmarch Crusader helps us continue to draw, and it's a solid statted body. We've got Penitus Oculatus to get rid of the keywords from things like Fighters Guild recruits or guards that will be placed in your way. It's also a pretty solid answer to like a turn 2 Wardcrafter from your blue opponent. I'd be running 3 if I had a third, I just haven't gotten a third yet. Pit Lion, one of the most powerful plays you can make is having Ring and Pit Lion with either Marked Man or Scouting Patrol ready. A turn 2 Pit Lion is just incredible. Then we've got Cloudrest Illusionist, helps us. We have a lot of very low health bodies, so Cloudrest Illusionist helps us take away the attack of guards we may need to trade into and keep our guys alive, as well as just being an incredible prophecy to hit. We've got Hive Defender as a big body to protect our little guys. Imperial Reinforcements, you go wide with either 5th Legion Trainer or Divine Fervor, and it's just incredible. We've got Black Dragon as an overstatted body on curve. And then finally, we've got Bone Colossus, just because it puts a lot of stats on the board, as well as its summoning tokens, which again is great with 5th Legion Trainer or Fervor. And then Golden Saint puts a lot of stats on the board, goes wide, guards in both lanes. Just does all of the things that you want to do to support this kind of deck. So we're going to hop onto the ladder. I actually had recorded with this deck a few minutes ago. Had 2 really good wins, but it turns out the screen wasn't recorded at all, so you would have just heard my voice and had no gameplay. And obviously that's unacceptable, so we had to scrap it and start over. But that's fine, because it's more Spellsword progress, and we need Spellsword progress for El Bata Passerino. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and pause it. I'll be right back as soon as we find ourselves a match. We have found a match. Let's see what we are matched up against. It is going to be a Warrior, Colonel Vlad. This one is going to depend on largely... I have the ring, so it should be a slight boost in my favor. But also it's going to depend on opening hands for both of us. And this is not a bad hand. It's just not fantastic. Like, you don't want to play Penitus on curve without stealing a keyword. So I'm really hoping that we draw another 2 or different 3-drop next turn. Unless they play Wardcrafter here. Stormhold Henchman is not what I wanted to see. We're actually just going to draw another Bruma.
There's a plan. There's always a plan. You won't foil
I think I'll take our
plan.
damage. For a second I thought this was the one that gave you +1 Magicka, but it's not. So I assume he'll make the trade here.
I raise the spine.
He's going to whiff on that, which is pretty solid for us. And then we're going to be able to go Cloud Rest.
A little distraction might prove useful.
I know this isn't pushing face damage, but what it does do is help continue to push our board, as well as kind of put more stats. That's what we're really looking to do here.
Let nothing through.
Oh god, that's an amazing top deck.
A little distraction might prove useful.
As long as we don't hit another Prophecy Orc here. So far we've seen what looks to be just kind of like a regular mid-range or ramp warrior.
I will be your shell and keep you safe.
We can steal that guard here, or just silence it. I think I'm gonna go the silence route.
This should help you.
I'll profit from your death.
Your fear betrays you. Hardly a challenge.
Alright, we have Golden Saint online next turn, or we can use Penitus Oculatus and then ring out Imperial Reinforcements. That is really only the play if they play a big guard and or we draw Divine Fervor. In general, I think we're just going to keep on going face.
My claws are sharp and thirsty. Blood on the waters.
Actually, I think that is a perfectly fine Penitus Oculatus.
For the Emperor.
I'm going to draw a card, but first I think we're going to
Mother of mud.
hit that so that he can't ramp. Actually, I don't really think we care if he ramps at
Your
this point.
fear betrays
This game is very close to
you.
over.
Behold my power.
You cannot hide.
And we have a lethal in this lane.
We uphold, no matter what.
So they either need to double trade into this. Well, now they have a 4-4 actually, but guess we could have taken that trade while we had the chance. But I don't think it's really going to matter in the long run. I don't think they can completely remove our lane as well as block both lanes. And we have Golden Saint into Marked Man next turn, which is just going to be another kind of absurd amount of stats. And he didn't remove my lethal, so just playing one big guard does nothing here. Yeah, we're going to be able to take this pretty handily.
Die, eggless one.
A fine battle.
So we'll just go
Behold
face,
my power.
take that victory. The double Cloud Rest was incredible draw. We got pretty lucky with that second Cloud Rest. But that's exactly the reason why we're running Cloud Rest. The hitting it from a prophecy is just a bonus. It's more so setting up those trades and keeping our board going is what we're looking for. We're going to go ahead and look for another match, though. I already rated you. I can't rate you again. So we're going to get searching. I'll be right back once we find another one. Alrighty, we have found ourselves a match. I'm playing against a Monk Zaloy. I'll definitely keep 5th lead and trainer. I think I'll put Hive Defender back for now. It's definitely a card I want, just not right away. I probably should have kept Hive Defender instead of keeping or winding up with Fervor and Golden Saint.
Greetings, citizen.
But if we can have a solid enough board presence going into turns 5 and 6, these will be very good to see. It's just we're going to have our work cut out for us in the short term. I'm also not even in a rush to ring this out, because usually when I rush to ring this out, they just slap down a Fighters Guild recruit in front of it, and then it dies. That's not what we want to see. But I never learned, so I'm going to do it anyway.
I'll whip them into shape.
We'll see if he drew it. He's drawn 5 cards. We can always just go Haunting Spirit in the Shadow Lane if he plays Fighters Guild in the field.
I bark and burn.
That's the other recruit. That's the one I'm much less scared of.
You can't defeat me.
Alright, so we're shaping up. We really just need one more 3 or 4 cost card, because we're shaping into Imperial Reinforcements next turn to go super wide. And then
What have we here?
we have potential for Fervor into Golden Saint after that.
You can't defeat me.
I'm actually liking Hive Defender quite a bit here. Actually, I think I'd rather go Imperial Reinforcements first. We'll go Hive Defender next turn. Even if his play is to go for like a finish off or something like that, unless he can kill both of them, he would need finish off and execute, and then we still have all of these guys over here now. If he just plays Hive Defender there, I don't think it's that great. Certainly not bad, per se.
My scales
Not great.
move in shadow.
The path is wide and clear.
My scales move in
Okay.
shadow.
We have double Divine Fervor now.
Into the breach. I hear and obey. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Let's just play that out for now, I guess. Into a potential Fervor next turn. We know he can just double trade and then trade in that, but that'll take his entire lane.
Quench your thirst, friend.
That's even better, actually.
I will
I assume he takes this trade.
I will cut your wrist.
Meet your doom.
Then this into Fervor puts a pretty ridiculous amount of stats down onto the board.
Superb work.
Chimeric spirit of the sky, guide us.
I know this
hear
is a
and
double
obey.
rune play, but I just want the damage.
Acknowledged. Into the breach. Into the breach.
They're going to lose a Sanctuary Pet, which I think is pretty big for them. And we also now have a Javelin in hand. So any one big guard we can get by.
Meet your doom.
And if they have Immolating Blast, we'd be in a little bit of trouble here. If they don't concede and we have lethal, I'm going to play the other Fervor anyway. Not to BM, but because I need it for the Battle Pass quest. So hopefully that they'll be pretty chill and let us play that down.
Victory.
Oh! Oh well.
A fine
You gotta
guy.
expect it. I don't blame them for conceding. But yeah, those two pretty strong matches with Token Spellsword. We're gonna finish. We almost get level 25 on the attribute. You get a free legendary, but I'll settle just for battle rewards. Get 30 gold and a Treeminder. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.